Hey guys, and welcome to the Igloo, and today we're going to be covering the top 5 best legendary roll combos that I personally think that you can get in Fallout 76 for your weapons. We're going to get into it. So, first you have the Bloodied or Furious Gorg Knockbacks. So you have, on top of this, a faster swing speed or 40% more attack. Now personally, I see a lot of strength builds with the few combinations that I'm going to be going with, because a lot of the weapons are very dependent on actually being strength builds, and this two-handed combination is probably one of the best rolls that you can possibly get when it comes to actually being able to kill things. Now the bloodied version is when you are min-maxing and you want to cause maximum damage, and you actually have a build that can min-max, versus the Furious where you have more consecutive hits on a target, you can do more damage. So I don't know where the top off is when it comes to Furious, but these are normally the most highly requested items when I'm doing trades, whether it's on Reddit or on Discord, where they're always like, do you have a bloody Gorg Knockbacks? Do you have it? 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 And it's just like, it goes on and on, because it's just like, that's one of the most powerful melee builds that people are always looking for. Now, the second one is also a melee build. Now, the reason why I choose melee builds is because it is very elementary when it comes to a lot of these melee builds, and also at the same time, it doesn't require you to have ammo. This is why they are in the top 5 weapons that you cannot probably live without, especially while being before the patch about the explosive damage bug. But now that it was fixed, honestly, it's really good. So the next one is going to be the Bloodied Furious Power Fist. And the other two combos that I personally think that are better are faster swing speed and 40% more power attack. Again, you can be able to mod it, especially in this kind of combination with like a puncturing or other kind of combinations. Again, I don't really have many of these in stock because, again, these sell like hotcakes, especially, and I don't really have much when it comes to this kind of combination. Now, I'm going with the theme about reusable stuff because it is very important that you don't need to be farming as much, and you should be having as much fun in the game as possible, killing as much shit as possible, or whenever you're going to be going anywhere in the map, that you should be able to have fun with it, not just spend time grinding for ammo over and over and over again. And it's not fun grinding for ammo. It really isn't fun. So this is why, like, these 3 weapons are in my top tier, because you don't need a farm for ammo. My next one is the 2-shot or bloodied Harpoon. That's fletchlit, by the way. Okay, you got to make sure that you have that mod at least. And then you have explosive, 90% reduced weight, or you have 15% faster fire rate. This kind of combination is one of the things where it can be very subjective. This can also be based on your armor. I also have some armor types that I'm going to be trying to collect, because I only have like a few pieces, where I only have an unyielding shoulder now that gives me like 20% more weapon weight reduction. So if I have a full set, which is like a 2-star or 3-star like god roll of unyielding, and most of these 3 stars are like max level unyieldings that are especially on the market, yeah, it becomes such an issue when it comes to be like, I want to have a full build, but it's going to take eons in order for me to do it. Because, like, it's either you trust in RNG and these ridiculously stupid drop rates about these stupid weapons and these stupid ammo types, or you have to go to Reddit and see if somebody's actually selling it on the market. So, very important. With this kind of combo, quad is bad. Quad is probably one of the worst combos for these single shot weapons, like the Harpoon, the crossbow, because every single time you have to literally reload it again, and then again, and then again. It's very weird. I don't personally like it. I would rather have a 2-shot, reload it once, do it again, reload it again. It's fine. No, quad is terrible in my personal opinion, especially when it comes to these single-fire weapons like the musket, let's say the the actual black powder rifle, I don't know. I haven't tested that one yet. If somebody in the comments would like to tell about their experience with the quad black powder pistol or rifle, put it down in the comments, because I've never had that kind of roll, especially for everything that I've been having. So, after that, my next best combo for this is a 2-shot or a bloodied 50 cal. Now, the reason why I'm going to say 2-shot or bloodied is very build based, okay? So VATS is terrible with 2 shots. So you might be shooting something, and it's going to shoot in between the 2 shots that you fired. It's so fucking dumb. VATS does not work particularly with 2 shots. So this is why I recommend bloodied for some weapons, because VATS can properly work with 1 bullet instead of 2 bullets. Okay, very important. That's why I don't really use VATS for a 2-shot. It can work. You can have this build that works around it, but it's very sensitive when it comes to this kind of dynamic. But I digress. So then I have, of course, explosive or 90% weight reduction, depending on your armor and depending on your build, or then 50% faster reload speed. That one is also really good. Very, very, very nice to actually have that kind of combo. Now, I did not get the last roll. In my last video, I had a 2-shot explosive 50 cal, and I've been loving it so far. It's one of probably the best weapons that are in the game, and this is why, like, I made this top 5 legendary roll list of, like, the best weapons in my personal opinion for what I've seen. Now, you're going to know that pistols are not going to be in this combination because, again, I just don't see a lot of these pistols doing work with, like, anything. Like, they don't really have super fast firing rates. Yes, they can reload, but they don't have that DPS that I would be seeing personally in a weapon that I would like to see. I mean, there might be some good pistols, but honestly, I haven't really seen the DPS to match, like, the rifles, the heavies, and even just the melee weapons. Like, most people never do that, and, like, especially for the heavies and the melee, your cards can swap out, so you have options when you are in a strength build versus other builds. Personally, that's why I like to have more strength, and a lot of people have had these strength builds because of what happened before with the damage bug. But that's a whole nother thing when it comes to it. So, finally, I have the 2-shot bloodied handmade explosive. Okay, this kind of combo really works good. I have personally a 2-shot explosive level 45 handmade that I also put in a video, but I don't have 15% like faster reload speed or more VATS damage or better AP regen or whatever combo that you have. I've never had that kind of like 3 roll god tier. I've only traded for that 2 roll god tier because I know on how powerful the actual handmade is with a 2-shot explosive, especially for queen killing. I've used this, and honestly, personally, you don't need the prime version. We're going to be talking about prime weapons versus like regular hardened weapons or regular weapons in an upcoming video as well. But this is kind of what I wanted to tie into, is that this 2-shot handmade with a hardened receiver does insane damage. It is probably one of the best, if not the best, DPS weapons that is in the game. And then if you add a suppressor in front of it, again, this is one of the weapons that is in this list that has a suppressor. Suppressors are extremely important, especially when you want to have sneak builds that do 2.5 damage and then stacking all your other cards onto it to maximize your DPS with max perception builds so that you can just melt queens and melt whatever you want to see, especially min-maxing. I think that this is the best one for min-maxing because of having a suppressor itself. The suppressor makes the weapon. It honestly, truly does. If you can suppress that M250 cal, yes, it would probably be up there right next to the handmade. But the handmade is just a little bit better. A little bit better when it comes to that, especially if you're choosing that one side. Now, when it comes to DPS, and you're not having that pure build, honestly, I would go for the 50 cal. Okay? But again, it's a whole nother video that I'm going to be doing between prime versus unprime, because there's a big difference between both of them. And some weapons are better and some weapons are not. I have all the prime plans, so in the next video that you guys are going to see, it's going to be talking about prime plans versus other plans. For like my 2-shot explosive, regular weapons, going through the whole list, it's probably going to be like 15-20 minutes long, because it's a really in-depth video, and depending on the weapon that you have, it can be better and it can be worse. If you guys like this video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and holy fucking shit, guys, you guys have been sharing these videos more than any of my Conan Exiles videos, bar none. And I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, honestly, personally, to every one of you, thank you. I've never had this much concurrent success from each and every single video. Thank you, especially, like, I went up like almost 200 subscribers as well. So, again, just honestly and personally, thank you. I don't know what to say. I've kind of been in a little bit of shock with making these videos. So I'm just like, you guys have been asking for this, and just like with this video was also in the comments from my last video saying, what are the 5 best weapons that you cannot live without? So I was just like, that's very obvious, and I'm very surprised that nobody's made this type of video. So again, thank you guys so much. Have a good one now.
Yeah,